What's up guys, Damian Keyes here, welcome back to the channel, and hold the phone because Spotify have just announced that they are going to test/launch a new promotional tool which allows you, the artist, to push your music and advertise it via Spotify to a new audience. This means Daniel Ek and co are saying that you will be allowed to advertise your music on Spotify to get to a whole new audience. Think about that. Hundreds, if not thousands of new people can get to hear your music. Now I hear what you're saying. You're saying, Damo, how much does this cost? This only costs your soul. Okay, that's not strictly fair. You're not giving away your soul. However, you are entering into a partnership. And this means if you take up Spotify on this promotion for a track, they will take a larger percentage of royalties than they already take. Which, if you think about it, when you're getting 0.003 cents per stream, that means you'll be getting even less than 0.003, which is not a lot. So you'll be getting a lot less than not a lot. Now this is slightly controversial, especially as last week the United Musicians and Allied Workers Union, whatever that is, made a huge fuss and got a massive petition from all around the world signed by artists and music industry specialists, including myself, demanding fairer pay, saying streams need to be around 1 cent a click rather than this 0.003 cents, which is a far cry from that. So how does this new Spotify promotion work? Well, it's in testing, but this is how it's going to work. There is no upfront fee. Instead, you will enter into a partnership for that particular track, and in return, Spotify will push that song. They will take a higher percentage from pushing that song, and then they will let their AI find the best audience to get your music in front of, which means, let's say, someone puts a track on or an album or a playlist to listen to. When it gets to the end of the song or the album or the playlist, it goes into autoplay. Now, autoplay is usually something that Spotify deems as worthy of your listening. Now it's saying it will do exactly the same, except for it's going to prioritize people who are in this partnership and on this promotion. Now, before we have a massive outcry of how dare they do this to us as artists, let's take a look of what this will actually look like. Now, as artists, we are putting music out there, we are using social media, we know that organic reach is less than it once was, and we would like as many people to listen to our tracks. However, at the same point, we would also like some kind of revenue from people who do listen to our tracks. So there's this kind of halfway house between I do want more people to listen to the track, but at the same point I kind of do also want those people to pay, or to at least get something out of them listening to the songs. But if you think about it, when you're promoting your music, let's take, for example, a PR company. PR company makes no guarantees. Therefore, you are paying for their time and their experience. If they are good at what they do and you have a great story and good music, there is a chance that they can get some valuable PR for your music. But there's no guarantees, and they could spend lots and lots of hours getting you nothing at all in return, even though they've tried. You pay up front. Let's take Facebook ads. Now, you aren't paying up front technically, but you also have to be an ad creation specialist. You also have to be a targeting specialist. And on top of that, you need to be able to learn how to optimize Facebook ads to get the right results because, again, nothing is guaranteed and they will take your money. So technically, in this instance with Spotify, what they are saying is, we will show your music to the audience and then we will take a cut of the royalties later. So at least there's no money down. So that is definitely a big plus point. Now, Spotify have said there's no guarantees. Even if you enter into this promotion, it doesn't mean you will automatically get lots more plays, and it works very similar to an algorithm because it is AI driven. So get this, in the same way, this is about a feedback loop. If your song gets listened to by someone in its entirety, that information will go into Spotify and they'll say, that did quite well. However, if somebody listens to 15 seconds or less and says, not for me, and skips that track, that will also be registered by Spotify. So just like all algorithm-based social media, it will be looking for the right place to house it, and if it's not getting good results, it will pull it. If it gets good results, it will push it. So very, very similar to the AI Facebook ads, very, very similar to the algorithm, which is in Instagram and Facebook and YouTube. What Spotify wants is exactly the same as all social media platforms. It wants to give the user the best experience possible. So when I'm listening to music I like and it says, let me recommend some music to you, it doesn't want to let me down. It doesn't want to put something in front of me and have me say, what the hell is that? That's not what I wanted, because it feels like it's let you down. So then it comes to, I will show you the stuff, and if it's not good enough, I will not show it to people who are similar to you. Now, there is a con, which is you don't get paid as much as you once would, which is still not as much as you should. I totally understand that. However, if I did say to you, how much would you give me if I got your song in front of 1,000 people who would potentially love your song? You'd probably say, yeah, that is worth something. And if I said to you, you don't have to pay me anything, you can pay me out of the small royalties you get, probably 20%, 30%, you'd think, well, to be fair, that's not a bad deal. But now let's think about what this could be, potentially, if you're an artist. This plays into the niche artists who have crafted their songs very, very well. All of a sudden, the strategy changes. One more thing that Spotify have also said is you can start or stop a promotion at any time. So you don't have to enter into it and have the lifetime of that song with less money coming back to you. This means you can start a promotion, get some traction, give it some momentum, and then stop it again. Or if something's not working, you can give it a boost, which also means, let's say, for example, a track gets featured on TikTok or a track gets featured on someone's podcast or a vlog, and it starts to get some kind of virality. Automatically you can say, go. You can press the button, you can push that song into the limelight, and everything starts to build more momentum until you feel like you can press stop and carry on taking the original amount of royalties. So all of a sudden there's a new strategy when it comes to being an artist, because now you can promote something for short periods of time and you don't necessarily have to pay up front. So get this. Imagine if, just like the old days, you have singles which were loss leaders. Effectively, an artist would put out an entire album and the strongest track probably would be the first single, and that wouldn't make money, but what it would do is it would promote the album. Or in today's society, in today's music industry, it would be promoting tickets, or it would be promoting merch, or it might be promoting your social media. So effectively what we're saying is we're going to take a hit on the first single in order to get more traction on, say, the second or the third single. Now, all of a sudden, that makes more sense, because all of a sudden more people know about the song and more people know who you are. Then quickly you follow that up with a second song, and those people who didn't know who you are do. So you can make the money up on the back end of more releases. All of a sudden, we can think about this in a strategy which potentially could make us more money in the long term if we're smart about it. Now, I know one of the big concerns is this going to flood Spotify with loads of substandard rubbish music? All of a sudden, am I just going to get pushed music from someone I don't like because Spotify are getting paid more money? Well, possibly, but at the same point, I don't get pushed Minecraft videos on YouTube, even though thousands of them get made every single day, because YouTube knows its market. YouTube is trying to give me exactly what I want to see. Spotify will do the same thing. It wants to look after me, the user, so therefore it's trying to find the right songs to push in front of me. So I don't believe that substandard material will get out there, because if a track goes in and it's not good enough, it might get on 2 or 3 people's radar, but then it will get pulled very, very quickly. Another frustration is, well, this is going to suit the labels because they've got all the money. No, because this isn't a pay up front. The labels already have all of the leverage. They've got the money, they've got the experience, they've got the contacts, they've got the opportunities, they've got a monopoly on playlists, they can do Facebook ads till the cows come home. But this is slightly different, because this is, we're going to take a percentage. So if we're taking a percentage of your income, then effectively it's about finding the right song. And yes, maybe massive bands will get pushed, but at the same point, this does suit smaller artists as well as the massive artists. So I know this is going to be controversial. I know many artists are going to be against it because anything that happens with Spotify tends to be reflected in a bad nature. But think about it. This, with the right strategy, could work. If you are a niche artist and you are doing quality over quantity, and on top of that, you have a really solid, clever, thought out strategy, this could really work for you because all of a sudden you are getting in front of niche audiences. On top of that, if you're releasing in a clever way, that works so that you can monetize later. And from a quality point of view, if you're releasing your strongest single, taking it as a loss leader in order to build your audience for the rest of your releases, I think this could really work. This could, and I'm saying could, have huge potential for you, the artist, without having to front up a load of money, which I know is a huge problem right now as artists and musicians just haven't got the money to spend on music promotion. Now that's my thoughts. I did a bunch of research. I did a bunch of my best thinking. I wrote a bunch of stuff down. What are the pros? What are the cons? Is this going to be another Spotify own goal, or could this potentially be really good for artists? And to be fair, I'm not seeing as many negatives, but I'm quite a positive person, so maybe you'll think something differently. So what I want to know is, what do you think? Spotify are entering into the race of effectively advertising, the pay-to-play module. Ugh, we hate that. But is this going to be good for you, the artist? Is this something you will take part in? And can you see this being a win for artists and bands in general? So let me know in the comments below, but as always, if you can do me a favor, hit that like, hit that subscribe button, come and be a part of this community. And as always, if you want to work with me on more of a one-to-one basis, then hit that link, DK Music Business Academy. It's a place then we can work together on more of a one-to-one basis in live sessions in the community and plenty of weekly course content that goes out as well. So if you want to do that, check it out. Otherwise, hit that subscribe button and I'll see you again soon.